Good evening and welcome to this latest session in the UWI St. Augustine series of virtual open days as we continue to all stay safe. Today we put the spotlight on one of our largest faculties, the Faculty of Science and Technology. Over the past few weeks, the campus has hosted information sessions and focused specifically on undergraduate and postgraduate admissions and financial services. If you've missed any of those sessions, you can view the recordings on the UWI St. Augustine's Facebook page and our YouTube channel. My name is Nicole Huggins-Bucco, and I'm the Publications Manager at the Marketing and Communications Office. And on behalf of the team, we are glad to have you with us this evening and welcome your interest in learning more about the many programs that we offer and our application process. We will do our very best to address all of your questions this evening because we are truly looking forward to welcoming you to the UWI later this year. So, to give you an idea of how the program will flow this evening, first you'll hear from the Dean of the Faculty of Science and Technology, Dr. Brian Coburn, who will deliver welcome remarks. Following the Dean will be the three Deputy Deans of the faculty, and they will provide insights about the programs that we offer at both the undergraduate and postgraduate levels, as well as the broad range of career options available to graduates from this faculty. The Faculty of Science and Technology, or FST as we call it, is also home to the Pre-Science program, and the Pre-Science coordinator is also here to share information with you. We then move on to our official question and answer segment. But even before this, while we're sharing all of this information with you, we encourage you to ask any questions you have by posting them in the online chat. We have team members standing by to answer all of your questions in the chat on the spot. And during our official question and answer segment, our panel will still also be answering some of them again, as many as we can directly so that they become part of our video record. So just in case anyone else is interested and they missed the answer in the chat, you can always check back into the video record. So, and even after today's session, you can still contact us at fst@sta.uwi.edu, and we will assist you however we can. So that's enough of me. Let's get started. And now I invite Dr. Brian Coburn to formally welcome you to this evening's proceedings. Dr. Coburn.
Thank you, Nicole, and thank you to the rest of our panel. So, Donna Dyer, our Deputy Dean for Undergraduate Student Matters, Dr. Terry Mohammed, our Deputy Dean for Outreach, Dr. Ricardo Clark, Deputy Dean for Graduate Studies, Research and Innovation, Ms. Sophia Jules, our Pre-Science Coordinator, staff of the Faculty of Science and Technology, and of course, the good people of Marketing and Communications. And a good evening to our audience. Welcome to the open day of the Faculty of Science and Technology. It's a long distance welcome, and being a faculty that seeks to nurture your passion for science, we are eager for you to get familiar with the instrumentation and the methodologies that are the tools of scientists, for you to interact with your peers and be challenged to reach your best versions of yourselves. We have a team that will be tackling your questions, as you heard from Nicole, using the chat function, and you shall have further opportunities to have your questions addressed after this evening's exercise. We've put together a package to tell you about ourselves and how we invest in your success. We offer robust experiences designed to prepare you not just for the working world, but for the actual world. The skills you shall acquire are transferable and travel well. Within the available time, we'll share information on our programs and processes that we hope would fuel your curiosity further. One note on the question of in-person activities. In all likelihood, at the start of semester 1 of the next academic year, 2021-2022, lectures would be delivered remotely. With respect to practical exercises, where the learning outcomes can be adequately addressed through online activity, that is the approach that would be used. Where the learning outcomes cannot be addressed online, students would be required to attend in person. There simply is no alternative to some in-person activity for the acquisition of the requisite psychomotor skills or physical competencies. These would be conducted under protocols that minimize risk of exposure to SARS-CoV-2. We were actually able to successfully execute these protocols earlier this year. Having said that, the situation with COVID-19 remains very fluid, and so considerable flexibility is a must. A career in science is one of the most rewarding endeavors you might embark on. In a modified world emerging from the pandemic, science competencies would continue to be in high demand. The Faculty of Science and Technology, part of the University of the West Indies, continue to perform among the best in the world. Welcome to the Faculty of Science and Technology's Open Day. Thank you, and I'll put you back now to the moderator.
Thank you, Dean Coburn. And I was just looking at the chat. There's so many of you from across Trinidad and Tobago, but I'm also seeing that we have Grenada, Barbados, and Antigua in the house. Welcome. The fact that you're locked on here to this virtual open day is a clear indication of your interest in furthering your education and your interest in the Faculty of Science and Technology in particular. Our campus offers a range of programs across 8 different faculties, and sometimes it can be overwhelming to make the right choice. You may know the career that you're interested in, but you might be unsure about what program of study to pursue, or maybe you already know the program that you're interested in and you're wondering if you have the right qualifications to enter. Well, we hope to answer many of those questions today, but I want to make a special plug. This faculty is near and dear to my heart because I've been working with them for a while to develop an app to help answer just those questions. It's live on our website, on our programs page, and I hope that you will check it out, and it will give you a really great idea as to what graduates of this faculty are capable of. So please check it out. But now I'd like to invite our deputy deans to share more on the programs within the Faculty of Science and Technology, as well as information on where your degree can take you by highlighting the possible career paths within their related fields. And now hand over to the deputy deans.
Good night, everyone. Welcome to the Faculty of Science and Technology. And I thank you, Nicole, for introducing us. And yes, I thank you for your kudos on our hard work. Solving problems are what we do here at the Faculty of Science and Technology. And as the name suggests, we are science and technology, and we use science and technology to solve many problems. But who are we? Who are the Faculty of Science and Technology? Well, take a look. The Faculty of Science and Technology is made up of several departments. And some of the names you're going to be familiar with. Department of Chemistry, Department of Computer and Information Technologies, the Department of Life Sciences, Departments of Mathematics and Statistics, the Department of Physics, and Departments of Seismic Research. So these are all various departments that can all stand alone, but we all work to get together more connected. By the Faculty of Science and Technology, you're going to encounter all these various departments, and we all work together to make science and technology progress. So why would you want to choose science and technology? Well, we are the fastest growing faculty. We are among the fastest in the whole university. Our numbers have steadily been increasing every year, and we are quickly becoming the first choice for students. Students are seeing more and more the importance of science and technology, not only in our current world, but what's going to happen in the near future. Our graduates are very employable. We've been finding that employers are selecting our students above all others. Our graduates are making a difference. Science and technology graduates are changing the world. We are distributed all over. Would you believe we have graduates from Africa, India, Iceland, China, United States, Canada, and they've been involved in all different areas, and they're making a huge difference in this world. And not only are we doing all of that, we have fun doing it. We enjoy the experience, and so will you. Our science and technology offers over 45 different degree options and combinations. That's a lot. You can do virtually anything. And that's one of the beauties of our degrees. You can do multiple disciplines. Our students may explore several different disciplines. You can do a degree in chemistry and computer technologies. You can do a degree in physics and life sciences. You can do anything you want. Our degrees are very diverse, and the skill set that we gain from each one of these degrees is transferable to just about any job. Our students are extremely versatile. When you graduate with a degree from science and technology, you have all these skill sets available to you. You would have done multiple different things, and employers love that. Could you imagine an employer hiring someone to be a chemist and then realizing, wait a minute, they can also do networking. I have 2 jobs in one. And in today's world, that is going to be very, very important because we are expected to be diverse. We are expected to be multi-skilled. And we are expected to do multiple tasks. And that is exactly what you can do when you get our degrees. Our degrees are innovative. We teach you to think outside of the box. We teach you to apply your science, apply what you know to solve problems. And that makes our degrees among the highest in demand. In fact, if you were to open a newspaper and look for a job, or you go on Caribbean jobs or any of those places, I can guarantee you more than 60% or 70% of the jobs that you're going to see being advertised are going to come from our faculty. So, in terms of jobs, there are literally hundreds. In fact, science and technology is quickly becoming the new normal. You can get jobs in physics, chemistry, data sciences, biology, environmental sciences, statistics. In fact, when you only this very remote platform that we are using here today, and those that you would have used to have your remote classes, software for that was designed by people who did degrees in science and technology. The hardware that you use to attend those classes was designed by people who did science and technology. Even the vaccines that are being produced for this terrible pandemic that we are existing in right now, people who designed those vaccines had degrees and skill sets from science and technology. So we are the new normal, but we're also the new future. So look out for us. In terms of jobs, what kind of jobs can you get? Well, a survey was done of the 20 jobs, the top 20 jobs or 20-something that are young graduates. And these are based on salaries and availability of the job. And it was found that 16 of the top 20 jobs that can be landed for young graduates come from the Faculty of Science and Technology. So we have jobs like physician assistants, actuaries, and for those of you who may not know, actuaries are mathematics or mathematical based, statisticians, biomedical engineers, and even though they have the word engineers at the end, they're actually biomedical scientists, computer and IT specialists, marketing, even marketing, our scientific graduates going to marketing, nuclear engineers, basically nuclear scientists. So if you look at the top jobs, 16 of the top 20 come from Faculty of Science and Technology. Another study was done on worthwhile degrees. 1,800 graduates from various universities were asked what was the most worthwhile degree. And that worthwhile degree was based on how satisfied you were with the job that you got in terms of earning and in terms of job satisfaction. And the top 3 are all science and technology: chemistry and natural sciences, computer sciences, maths and statistics, physics, life sciences, and healthcare. So all in all, science and technology is giving you a very satisfying degree. It's going to make you much more employable. There are much more job options available to you. And on top of all of that, it's a fun degree. So who has a science degree? Some of these people you may know. I bet you didn't know that a lot of them actually had the science degrees. You must know Stephen Hawking. Stephen Hawking, of course, has a physics degree. Jeff Bezos, those of you who know him as the CEO of Amazon. He has an electrical engineering and computer sciences degree. Elon Musk, Tesla, and SpaceX. He has a degree in physics. Michael Jordan. And if those of you who don't know Michael Jordan, he is the greatest basketballer that ever lived. I don't care what you think about LeBron and Steph Curry. Michael Jordan is the man, and he has a degree in geography. Rowan Atkinson, Mr. Bean. Who doesn't know Mr. Bean? A degree in electrical engineering. Pope Francis, he has a degree in chemistry. It's obviously making the coolest pope ever. And Bill Gates and Mark Zuckerberg both started degrees in computer sciences. And look at where they were. They are at one point in time the richest men in the world. Could you imagine if they had actually finished those degrees? And the sky is the limit. So I'm going to hand you over now to Donna.
Good night, everyone. And it's lovely to be able to speak to you, our potential students out there, because we hope that you do send in that application for the Faculty of Science and Technology. And my purpose here today is just to explain a little bit about the types of degrees. Right now, I serve as the Deputy Dean of Undergraduate Student Matters. So I deal directly with students that come to us in undergraduate programs. And my purpose is just to speak a little bit about those degree programs. What I would say, first of all, is that there are different types of degree programs. There's something that we call a special degree, and then there is what we call a major, or well, later on, if you get more advanced in your program, you can do what we call minors. Now, a special degree, some of you may have had that question. If you wanted to do, for example, computer science, and you saw computer science major or computer science special, you may have a question as to what's the difference. Well, a special degree is a tailored option for someone who just wants to do that. So for example, if you know you want to do computer science and that's all that you want to see, or at least it's the majority of what you would like to see when you come to us, well, then you can choose the special computer science program. If that's not what you want to do, but you want to do some computer science, well, perhaps a major is for you because you can mix that with other things. So I'm just going to ask my colleague Terry to just change the slide here for me so that I can go through the programs that we offer. Each of our departments, starting with the Department of Chemistry, right, has what I spoke about before, which is a major. And the Department of Chemistry, as you may imagine, will offer a major in chemistry. So if you like chemistry, you envision yourself working in a lab, well, why not try to apply for a chemistry degree? We have a major in industrial chemistry. That is something that you would select after you have finished your first year with us, if that is your interest, if you want to work actually in industry. Because as you will learn if you come to us, there's several different options within the disciplines that we offer. The degree in chemistry and management is a popular one for people who are interested in actually getting into business, right? So you learn a little management skills when you do this program. It's a special option that is very popular with some of our applicants. Then if we move now to the Department of Computing and IT, we have the major in computer science. And as I mentioned before, you can also do a special degree in computer science, if that is what you would like to do. If computer science is the only thing that you want to see, that would be your option. You can also do a computer science degree that mixes management inside of there. If you are interested in starting a company and you would like to have computing skills as well, the computer science with management degree may be the one that you should choose. Then again, we have the IT degrees. Everybody knows about information technology and the difference it's making in this world. Well, we have special degrees in information technology, and we also have a major in information technology, if you would like that option. You notice the option software engineering has a little star by it, and it says not GATE approved. Unfortunately, that particular option, we cannot get GATE money for that, right? So if you need to get GATE funding in order to pursue a degree program. That's if you are a national of Trinidad and Tobago and you want to get GATE funding, that option, unfortunately, is not available to you. But you can opt to do software engineering if that is your interest, right? And the Department of Computing and IT will be contacting all students who have listed this as a possibility, just to make sure that everyone is aware that that program is not GATE funded. Now, you notice that all our other options that are on this page don't have any stars next to it because they are all GATE approved, okay? So please don't get scared. If you heard me talk about software engineering, that doesn't mean that you can't get GATE for one of our other options. So for example, if you need to get GATE funding, well, perhaps maybe you should have chosen computer science. Now, suppose you did select software engineering and now you're hearing for the first time, this program is not GATE approved. That's not a problem for us, right? What you need to do is just contact student admissions and inform them that you would like to change your option to something else. So that's still possible, okay? So please don't get worried about that. In terms of life sciences, the Department of Life Sciences, if you're interested in living things, whether it's plants or animals, this may be the department for you. So we have options in biology where you can do a major in biology. You can also do a major in biochemistry. You can do a major in environmental science. And everyone knows these days that environment is a big deal. Climate change, we hear it every day. So why not get interested in environmental science? That's a nice option, right? And it's very popular around the world, not just in Trinidad and Tobago. We also have a special degree program called Environmental Science and Sustainable Technology that mixes in the technological aspect. So of course you would need to do a little physics, a little chemistry in order to complement the environmental science that you learn so that you can actually get into the technological aspect of the care of the environment. Moving on to the Department of Mathematics and Statistics, which coincidentally is my own department, right? So apart from in the Dean's office, I am also a mathematician. So you can do a major in mathematics. So if you are like me and you like maths and you just want to see maths, well, then you can do the special degree option. Then we have later on this statistics listed here. Now, statistics is a minor. So it's something that you would do later on. So you would start out with mathematics and then later on opt to do some statistics in your second and third year. The actuarial science is a special degree option, one of the more recent options that we offer in the Faculty of Science and Technology. And it's a very popular one, I would say, mainly because people hear that actuaries make a lot of money. And that's true, right? But not everybody who does actuarial science will become an actuary, right? And you can hear more about that or ask questions about that when we reach the question and answer segment, because we do have with us today in the panel one of our actuaries from the Department of Mathematics and Statistics. So actuarial science, that's a nice option if this is what you are thinking about. The statistics and econ degree, right? So as it says here, economics, if you are involved in economics, you need to know some kind of statistics. So it is a special degree program that was developed by the Faculty of Science and Technology, specifically for people interested in economics, in order to get that mathematical and statistical background that's necessary in order to do the analysis in such a field. From then the Department of Physics, as we talked about before, we have a lot of famous people from the physics department around the world, and you may know some names. I know that the slide before we had a very popular one. I won't mention him again, Stephen Hawking. I won't say much about him, but the major in physics is a nice option if you like physics. We also have a major in electronics. So you don't have to be in the Faculty of Engineering to do electronics. You can do it right here with us at the Faculty of Science and Technology. And then we have one more special option, which is that of biomedical technology. And that particular option is for the people who are interested in actually maintaining the equipment in our labs around the world, right, in the medical field. So it's a very nice option. It's also one of the most popular ones that we have right now. And if you have questions about any of these degree options, please do ask them in the chat. And later on in the question and answer section, you can ask your questions. So if I can just ask if the next slide, please, so that we can move on to talk about who should apply for our options. So I am talking a lot about all the different programs that we offer, and it may be a little confusing, but how do you know if you should apply to the Faculty of Science and Technology? Well, there's certain questions that we put up here. Do you want a career in science and technology? Do you know that? If you're undecided, but you like to create things, you're innovative, you like to invent things, you want to be an entrepreneur, you like science, you're curious. If you have a curious mind and you want to make a difference, why not choose the Faculty of Science and Technology? We're here, we're ready to accept you. Once you have those entrance requirements, which you can see on our website, please do send in your application. We would be happy to accept you for the option of your choice. So moving on now, let's talk a little bit about what you need to do if you want to join the Faculty of Science and Technology. What do I need? Well, there are entrance requirements that are listed on our websites, as I said before, and all you really need is 2 passes in CAPE subjects. Now, right now, there's a new matriculation requirement. As you all know, all the prospectives out there would know that the CAPE exams have been delayed and results will not come out. We're hearing now in September, we're not sure. So because of that, the university is making an accommodation to allow, if you have a pass in your Unit 1 CAPE and you are registered for Unit 2, you can apply for the Faculty of Science and Technology and you will be accepted if you have the pass in Unit 1, right? Only actuarial science, there's a little caveat there because there's a special entrance requirement that you would see where you need both units, right? So only for the actuarial science option would you get what we call a provisional offer, where we would have to wait until we see your grade in Unit 2 before you can get a firm offer to remain in the actuarial science offer. But of course, if you do get a provisional offer, we do allow you to register and then we just await your results and you can start your classes and then we will determine what will happen later on. So that's what we're doing. It's a little uncertain, but it is the best that we can do in these challenging circumstances that we face right now. And again, what do I need? Notice that last point there. All you really need is a curious mind to be successful. So moving on now to talk about the facilities that we have. So we do have first-class, top-of-the-line labs and equipment. Unfortunately, as the Dean mentioned, there are some options that will require you to do face-to-face labs. So if you are a regional applicant, it may be that you may have to fiddle a bit and do other courses or have your courses in progress until those borders open to allow you to proceed. But certainly, you can still be accepted to the faculty, and we will do our best to facilitate things. In many of our options, we have devised virtual labs so that regional students can participate in their degree programs. There are only certain subject areas that might have limitations. The ones that I have been informed of are biology, chemistry, and biochemistry, right? So if you're a regional student, you may need to ask a couple questions about those particular options. In terms of our facilities, our labs, well, it is our hope that eventually things will come under control. With the advent of the vaccine, we hope that soon we'll be able to say, well, you'll be able to do your in-person labs, but that we are not at liberty to make that decision at this point in time. So you can certainly please ask your questions if you have worries about this matter, about the in-person labs. If you're a regional student, please reach out to us and we will do our best to advise you as to how we can help you work around these particular limitations. So now, at the end of that, I would just like to hand back over now to Terry for him to continue the presentation, and then I will jump back in when we speak about student support. So handing over to you, Terry.
Thank you, Donna. So as you can see also, our staff is also very diverse. We have a mixture of very youthful staff and some very experienced staff, world-renowned and accomplished people, and young and energetic. So we have a thorough mixture of staff, very diverse. But the education is not only going to be in your classrooms, you're going to have a lot of opportunities to be out of your classroom. In fact, we design our degrees so that you actually get a chance to be out of your class and take part in real world experiences. Our faculty has been very fortunate due to the hard work of many of our staff members, and we've made strong connections with a lot of huge industries. And I'm just going to give you a few of them. For example, Huawei. Every year we send students to China to work under Huawei. you guys know Huawei. They're the manufacturers of some of the coolest cell phones around. So every year we send students there. And we also send students to NASA as well as the Jet Propulsion Laboratory. UWI has a very strong connection with NASA as well as NIHRS. And through that, we are able to send students almost every year to internships at NASA. We also have connections with a lot of banks and financial institutions. So every year we are able to send interns to various banks and financial institutions. And you might not think that science and technology and finance go hand in hand, but they do. We go very much hand in hand. Our mathematicians, our actuaries, our computer scientists all work together to make financial institutions work. And this here, by the way, is a picture of some of our students who've gone to First Citizens. And the gentleman that's standing here is Professor Frost, who is the Vice President of the bank. And that's not all. In fact, this is just a snapshot of some of the companies that we do internships with. And just to give you guys an idea about internships. Internships are usually designed for students moving from second year to third year or going into their final year, and some of them right at their final year, where you get a chance to spend some time at an institution where you learn a practical aspect of practical applications to your skills that you would have learned in your classroom. You get real world experience. These actually you can use in your CVs as experience. So you're getting experience while you're doing your degrees. You're getting to apply what you've learned as well. And in many of these internships, you even get paid. So these are some of the strong areas of science and technology. We are well connected with industries, and internships is part of most of our degree programs. We also offer international exchange programs. And this is because our degree is a world-class degree. What we do is recognized throughout the world. And you can actually earn, if you're in science and technology, in fact, in the University of the West Indies in general, you can earn a truly international degree by signing up for international exchange program. And the way they work is you can do your full 1 year at UWI, 1 year at one of these foreign universities, and then another year back in UWI to finish your degree. We have connections with many universities in the United States, Canada, the UK, Germany, Switzerland. We have these internship degrees have been going on for several years now, and they have been working. So you can actually have a totally international degree to our programs. And Donna?
Yes, so just again, student support, that's my area here. So one of the things that we try to do at the Faculty of Science and Technology is assist our students whenever we can, right? So one thing that I would like to advertise right now, we do have a virtual help desk that we are setting up for the first time in the faculty. So that's going to be placed via our faculty website, right? So there will be information. If, for example, you have questions, I'm seeing a lot of questions coming through here. So we will have staff available at this virtual help desk. You don't have to be a current student. You can be a potential student. And you can use that forum if you wish to ask some of the questions that you're asking here tonight. We do also, for our current students, have several options to assist them. We have a help desk that right now it has to be in the virtual mode that I just described. But we also have peer advisors, and those are fellow students who are available to assist our current students in any way that's possible, right? It may be to identify resources that are required for courses, or just to give advice, just to get advice, to seek advice, to find out how to do things, how to apply for things. So we have that group of peer advisors, and maybe some of you who we do hope will become FS students, maybe one day one of you will be a peer advisor to assist other people. We have mentorships that also take place in the faculty, and we also have friendly staff. At least we hope that we are friendly. We try to be, and we try to assist whenever we can, when there are students who request anything or request assistance. It may be related to subject materials or otherwise. So that's what I want to say about student support. Moving on now to talk a little bit about the student clubs. I did see a question that came on the chat there about student clubs. Now, each one of our departments actually hosts at least one club. In the Department of Chemistry, we have the Chemists in Action, ChemIA, and that's a very active group right now. All the things are virtual, of course, because of the limitations with the pandemic. In the Physics department, we have Spark and we have the Stargazers Club. So if you like the stars, you like the planets, well, this is a nice place for you. You don't have to be in the Department of Physics to join the Stargazers. You can think about, if you like mathematics and statistics, what about the Actuarial Club? That's specifically, you find a lot of students who are pursuing actuarial science joining that club. And you also have the club SUMS, which is for everyone in maths and statistics, actuarial science, that have an interest in logic and solving problems. In DCIT, we have the Computer Society, and they are a very active group. And then from Life Sciences, we have the Bio Society that also is organized out of the Department of Life Sciences. In terms of awards now, it's important for everyone to know that there are prizes that you can gain if you do come to join the Faculty of Science and Technology. And what kind of prizes? Most of these prizes, interestingly enough, even in these limiting times, we have identified donors for all of these prizes that are listed here. And normally they're cash prizes that these donors give. So it's an incentive to do well, not just to get a degree, but it's something that assists our students too financially if they can be the best in their discipline and they can win one of these prizes. And these are things that we offer every year when we can. And this particular past academic year, we had to have a virtual prizes award ceremony for the first time because of the limitations of the pandemic. So even though our campus is closed, these prizes and awards will still be offered to the best of our ability once we get the donors to give us those prizes. So that's something to look forward to if you are indeed a student at the Faculty of Science and Technology. So why could it not be one of you? You could perhaps win a prize if you're good in one of the things that you choose to do. So handing back over to Terry to continue with this presentation.
Thank you, Donna. Donna, I think many of the students who are looking in, I think some of their names are on these prizes already.
Yes, hopefully. I hope that one of them will be recipient of such a prize.
Yes, and just to let you guys know that university life it's a bit different from what you used to in high school. In high school you have 8 periods a day, and your schedule, you're booked for the whole day. In the university life, it's actually quite different. You may have a class at 8 a.m. in the morning, and then you may have another one at 5 o'clock in the afternoon or 6 in the afternoon. Or sometimes you may not have another one at all for one day, and then you may have another day with labs and classes, and you're booked from 7 a.m. all the way up to 7 p.m. So it's quite different. It's very flexible. Sometimes you have a lot of time on your hand, and sometimes you have no time at all. So it's something that takes getting used to. At the Faculty of Science and Technology, we help you along to make this a significant change in the way things are done. And by the way, you don't need to be sitting at home doing nothing in your free time. There's a lot of activities that you could do. And do you know that many of the other faculties are usually jealous of us because of that time? You see, many of our students use that free time to get involved in a lot of different activities, non-academic. They get involved in clubs. They get involved in sports. They get involved in a lot of different things. And what we end up with are students that are well-rounded. They're not just academic only, but you have lots of social skills. You can talk. You can take part in sports. You're artistic, everything. So, that's one of the benefits of being in science and technology. You're always better rounded. Now, we also offer what we call graduate programs, and graduate programs are usually for persons who would have graduated with a BSc degree. It's a higher degree. And there are 2 types of graduate programs that are offered. There are postgraduate programs, which we call MScs or Masters of Science, that usually involve being in a classroom and having a small thesis to write up. Or you may have MPhils and PhDs with a total research degrees. So we offer a number of our graduate programs, and Dr. Clark, who is our Deputy Dean for Graduate Studies, is going to give you a lot more details. So I'm just going to touch on a few. We have Masters of Science degrees in biodiversity, conservation, and sustainable development. We have biomedical physics, that's quite a popular one. Biotechnology, another popular MSc degree. Computer science and technology, computer sciences, very, very popular. Mathematics, occupational health and environmental safety and health, extremely popular degree. Statistics, renewable energy technology, that's definitely a degree we're going to be looking forward to in the future. But we also have our research degrees. We have people who come in and do degrees such as MPhils and PhD, and these are the research scientists. And we have scientists, our local scientists, who are at the cutting edge of technology. Their publications are read internationally, and they are recognized for their abilities, and they are recognized for their accomplishments. So our real scientists, our real homegrown scientists, and they've done a lot of great work in astronomy, cosmetics technology, renewable energies, food safety, robotics, big data, genetics, pharmaceuticals, antibiotics, microbiology, biotechnology, and much, much, much more. In fact, this slide would be too small. I wouldn't be able to say all of the different type of research that we've done. In fact, you name it, we can do it. The level of research and the amount of research that could be done is basically limited to your imagination. So these are our strong areas in research and technology as well. And as I told you before, and I'm going to say it again, we offer real life experiences. Right? Our degrees are not just taught in a classroom, they're taught out there in the field, out there in the real world. So one day you might be in a classroom doing a lecture, the next day you might be in the middle of the bird sanctuary, or you might be on a research vessel in the middle of the Atlantic, or you might be in Point Lisa's industrial estate, or you might even be in China looking at helping to design new software, or you might be in landfills. You know, you might be all over, and that is part of how our degrees are designed. They're not designed for you just to learn in a classroom. You get real world experience. And we've got our zoology museum. A lot of you didn't know we had a zoology museum. It is world class. It actually can rival the National Museum of Trinidad. Do you know that the oldest human being found in Trinidad today, called Banwari Man, is located at our zoology museum? The staff is very professional, and it is part of our legacy. We also have a lot of other events that take place at our faculty. Right? Both students and staff can take part in various things. We have an annual cookout where currently we have staff will be matching their culinary skills every year, and I will let you know that chemistry is a perennial winner of that. Okay. But students, we also planning to have for students as well. There's always sports. Do you know that the UWI Cricket League is a national league? It's very popular. We have interdepartmental sports. And as I mentioned, interdepartmental sports, I'd let you know that the Faculty of Science and Technology has always won most of the inter-faculty sports. So we've always been number one. And we're used to it. So when you join us, you're going to have to get used to being number one as well. We were recently involved as part of a program with NASA to name 2 exoplanets. And we named them Dingole and Ramage as 2 of our exoplanets. That's very few people have such opportunities. We have special lectures by some very prominent scientists, one of which is several Nobel Prize winners always present. We also have lectures and symposiums with industries as well. These are where you get to meet industry leaders face to face, not just scientists. You get to meet CEOs and directors as well. And we also have pet adoption drive. We work together with the Society for the Prevention of Cruelty to Animals. And sometimes we have some pets coming in that you can adopt. And if you look at a picture, I mean, who could ever resist those cute little kittens, really? And I'm going to pass it over to Donna. So Donna, you want to tell them a little bit about our equal opportunities?
Yeah, so this is a very important topic to me, close to my heart. Equal opportunity to all. And it is important to do away with that notion that in order to do science, you have to be male. Not true. Here I am, I'm an example of that, right? I am a female scientist. I am actually a mathematician. So there are careers and opportunities for ladies in science and technology, and we hope that the ladies out there are willing to apply and to come to the Faculty of Science and Technology. We would love to have you. In fact, our faculty, as is listed here, has more female students than male, right? And we also have a lot of very qualified female staff members. So here we have highlighted Professor Judith Govind, who was the first female professor in the sciences, someone we're very proud of. And we would love to have all the women who would like to apply to science and technology. Please do apply. We would love to have you as students in our faculty. And we believe that you can be successful in a career in science. We have living proof of such. So that's all that we really want to say about all our programs. So just to summarize everything, I just want to tell you that there are many options out there. We have spoken about them in a very rushed fashion. But if you have questions, you can certainly post those questions in the chat, and the question and answer section at the end. We have representatives from each department that are just waiting to answer your questions live. And if you have other questions that were not addressed, because we might not be able to reach every single one in the chat, that I'm seeing several questions coming through, which is excellent, right? Remember, we have that virtual help desk in the Faculty of Science and Technology at the Dean's office every Thursday from 1 to 4 p.m. So if you have a question and you don't feel like you want to ask it in this open day format, you certainly can ask it one-on-one in that virtual help desk. Right, so please take advantage of that. That virtual help desk is for the students of the Faculty of Science and Technology, but also for the potential students of the Faculty of Science and Technology. And we certainly do hope to see you with us. And this little maxim that we have at the end, you know, we're talking all the time, well, what can I afford these days? If you go to the grocery, you don't know, you have to check your money carefully before you reach the cashier. But the question is, the burning question, can you afford not to be a part of the FST? That's the question that I want to leave with you. And I just want you to know that you can always email us if you have additional questions. There is the email address, fst@sta.ue.edu. You can visit our website. There it is listed, https://sta.ue.edu/FST. You can check us on Facebook. You can check us on Twitter, right? I'm not a big tweeter, but I know that there are tweeters out there. Right, so please contact us, be part of the FST, join us. We would love to have you on board. Thank you and good night to all of you. And I'm not leaving. I will be here in the question and answer section in case there are questions that are pertinent that I can answer. So thank you on our behalf. So Terry is Dr. Terry Mohammed. He is the Deputy Dean of Outreach of the Faculty of Science and Technology. And as I said before, I am the Undergrad Student Matters Deputy Dean for this academic year. Wow. So thank you all, and we will now pass you back to the moderator to continue the program.
Thank you so much, Dr. Dyer, Dr. Mohammed. That was an excellent presentation. You really brought that positive energy that FST is known for. And I know this is an uncertain time for many of our prospects at both the undergrad and postgrad levels. But as Dr. Mohammed said earlier, this faculty is all about problem solving. So don't let anything stop you from applying. Talk to us and let us help you find a solution. So I'm sure we've now captured your attention with the range of programs, internships, exchange programs, clubs, student support, all that's available at the Faculty of Science and Technology, and the many opportunities that they can open up for you afterwards. You can find information on our programs and associated fees on the campus website. The chat moderator will share those links to those resources in the chat now. So let's switch gears a little bit and let's hear from one of our graduates, Mr. Christopher Joseph. And he will tell us about how his decision to study at the Faculty of Science and Technology blossomed into a life-changing career.
Hey everyone, my name is Christopher Joseph, and I got my bachelor's degree in computer science at the University of the West Indies. I currently work as a software engineer at Virtana, a company based in Trinidad and Tobago. The work we do at Virtana is unique. I would say it's unique to Trinidad and even to the Caribbean. We collaborate with Silicon Valley companies to produce robotics software as an outsourcing firm. What's cool is that we're always hiring, so make sure to apply on our website. UWI really helped prepare me for my work life. For example, they gave a lot of exposure to version control software, such as Git, which I use in my work life every day. They also gave exposure to a variety of software applications and lessons in critical thinking and best software practices. They also gave group projects, which encourage collaboration, which is critical in a workplace environment. These all help lay the foundation of what I use and build upon every day in my work life. I'd like to thank UWI for giving me this opportunity to talk about how they prepared me for my career at Virtana. And I'd like to see more UWI graduates apply. Thank you.
So you see, prospective students, you can achieve more than you probably ever thought you could by beginning your student experience here at the Faculty of Science and Technology. Before we move on to our question and answer segment for our prospective students interested in the pre-science program, I now would like to invite the pre-science coordinator, Ms. Afia Jules, to share with you information on the N1 pre-science program at the Faculty of Science and Technology. Ms. Jules?
Thank you very much, Nicole. And a very warm welcome to all our participants, parents, guardians, prospective and current students, colleagues, a pleasant good evening. The Deputy Dean would have shared with you a wealth of information on our undergraduate programs, and I will now provide you with information on our pre-university program known as the Pre-Science N1 program, commonly referred to as just N1. The N1 program is offered by the Faculty of Science and Technology as a stepping stone for applicants interested in pursuing tertiary education. So I'm here today to say to you that you should be applying. If you are a fifth form science CSEC graduate, you can use the N1 program as an alternative to CAPE or A-levels. Or if you're a fifth, sixth form CAPE A-level science graduate and you are interested in improving your qualifications, then the N1 program is right for you. Consideration is also given to applicants without science subjects, however, conditions apply. For example, persons that are interested in pursuing a degree in computer science or mathematics, but did not do science subjects at the CSEC level, can apply to pursue computer science and mathematics at the N1 level, and then transition to that respective degree program. N1 therefore provides that alternative path for potential local and regional students to matriculate into a variety of programs offered by the UWI. Applicants can qualify with a minimum of 5 CSEC general proficiency subjects or 5 GCE O-level subjects that must include mathematics and English language, and either biology, chemistry, or physics. Now, you do not need to have all 3 sciences at CSEC unless it is a specific faculty requirement. As indicated, it is all dependent on the undergraduate program that you will pursue after. But why should you apply to the N1 program? Imagine completing your CSEC examinations and you have applied and received an offer to do N1. And after 2 semesters of pre-university courses, you are well on your way to fulfilling your academic goals. Not 2 years, but 2 semesters. which is equivalent to 1 academic year. As such, you are jumpstarting your career by pursuing a 1-year program that is offered on a full-time basis. The program offers an opportunity to educate you to the equivalent of CAPE and A-level benchmarks, which are a matriculation requirement for entry into the UE. It exposes you to university life, allowing you to better choose your academic paths and to become better prepared for the rigors of student life. And while you're at it, be a part of the region's #1 higher education institution. What better place to start your academic journey? Think of the N1 program as a worthy investment. And according to Benjamin Franklin, an investment in knowledge pays the best interest. So what courses do we offer? The N1 program assists you in developing the skills, knowledge, and attitudes required at the university level in the areas of biology, chemistry, computer science, mathematics, and physics. Applicants can do a minimum of 1 course or a maximum of 3 courses. And when I say a minimum of 1 course, this is directed to applicants who would have completed maybe 2 CAPE subjects and require 1 additional course to qualify for an undergraduate program. All other applicants must do a minimum of 2 courses for entry into the university. Course selection is, of course, dependent on the faculty that you wish to transition to. For example, the FST requires at least 2 relevant courses for our degree programs, whereas other faculties may require 3 courses. Additionally, the cost of the program will vary depending on the courses that you have selected. Successful students completing the N1 program can progress to a full degree in the faculties of Science and Technology, Engineering, Medical Sciences, Food and Agriculture, and Law. Over the years, we have also seen N1 students being accepted into the faculties of Science, Social Sciences, and Humanities and Education. So if you start off as a science student and you have a change of heart in terms of your career path and you decide to do accounting or management, then you will still be on the right track pursuing the N1 program. This is to say that there is no limit to which undergraduate program you can do upon completion of the N1 program. It is important to note, though, that each faculty has specific requirements that must be met to gain entry. I will therefore advise you to research those requirements. Applying is easy as in 3 simple steps. You can visit our website, and we will place this website in the chat for your convenience. You complete the application online as directed, and then you pay the non-refundable application processing fee of $90 TT and submit your supporting documents to the email indicated, and we will also share that email in the chat for your convenience. The application deadline is set at August 27th. However, due to the late release of CSEC results, this deadline may be extended to accommodate applicants that are still thinking about applying to N1 after receiving their results. Allow me to share with you a few testimonials from students that recently completed the program. One student said the program was well executed by the teaching staff who maneuvered the technology skillfully, and they were always an email away for guidance or support. I would highly recommend the N1 program to anyone who wishes to fast track into the field of STEM. With hard work and dedication, success in the N1 program is closer than you think. Another student said, I had a very smooth and enjoyable journey in this program, especially at the face-to-face lab sessions organized for Chem 0200. And this is our chemistry course offered in semester 2 of the program. And finally, this student said the faculty members were very responsive and always willing to help. I salute you for doing such a great job in the midst of this pandemic. And I would like to say thanks to our outgoing students for being a part of the program, and we wish them all the best in their future endeavors. I know that the dean indicated that for sure lectures and tutorials would be online, but we cannot say for sure whether our lab, the lab part of the program will be face-to-face or online. But for sure, certainly, we will communicate this to all our students before the start of the academic year. The N1 program recently, The N1 program recently launched its virtual help desk so that applicants can get real-time assistance with any of their questions. You can come in, you can book an appointment every Wednesday from 1 to 3, and we will be happy to hear from you. Just today, we had live sessions and we had students from St. Lucia, from Tobago, and right here in Trinidad asking questions about the N1 program and entry into undergraduate programs. And you can also email us. If you email us at the following email addresses for more information, you can email us at fst.prescience@sta.ue.edu, and we will also share that in the chat, or our personal emails at afia.jules@sta.ue.edu or karen.brash@sta.ue.edu. As I conclude, I would like to say, as coordinator of the program, I care about the success of my students at the start of the academic year and throughout. I encourage students to stay focused because proper preparation prevents poor performance. Those that stayed the course and heeded this advice can attest to their success, both at the N1 and undergraduate levels. And every year we honor our top students at our prizes and awards ceremony. We have a full complement of dedicated, professional, and qualified staff that work with each student to ensure their success at the end of each semester. So I would like to thank you all for joining us here and for your interest in the Faculty of Science and Technology. And I hope to have you all join us for the upcoming academic year. Put the right foot forward and prepare yourself for what's to come. Thank you, and back to you, Nicole.
Thank you, Ms. Jules, for that presentation. So that rounds out the information for our undergraduate students. So I now want to welcome our third Deputy Dean, Dr. Ricardo Clark, to speak on the opportunities for graduate studies, research, and innovation at the Faculty of Science and Technology. Dr. Clark?
Thank you. Thank you, Nicole. And I would take you through the offerings at the postgraduate level at the Faculty of Science and Technology. As you know, we live in a changing world. It has always been a changing world, and therefore you may need to upskill, reskill. And here we offer at the Faculty of Science and Technology a number of postgraduate qualifications, which I would outline for you. Terry had already noted some of them, and I would outline the programs here so where you can advance your career or where you may need to retool or upskill to if you want to make a career change. Now, as we know, the UWI St. Augustine and Faculty of Science Technology are producers of game changers. And we intend to equip you with the necessary tools to operate in this new normal with postgraduate qualifications tailored for you. And we challenge you to be part of that cohort 2021-2022. If you can will it, you can do it. So be that game changer. Now, Terry noted that we have these program offerings at the postgraduate level. And what you will note is that we offer single courses at the postgraduate level, certificate courses in one certificate course, which newly minted, just got approved, and that is in occupational, environmental, safety and health. And there are many other certificate courses which will come on. And what we will note, and it's very important here to state it here, that the single courses can feed into the, meaning that you can ladder, you can feed that into your certificate course. Your certificate can feed into your diploma. So you can get your postgraduate qualifications bit by bit. And you can even stack them up so that they can become into a certificate, a diploma, a master's. At the faculty, we have 3 diplomas, 9 MScs, and 12 primary research degrees, which are MPhils and PhDs. I will go through some of those offerings. As Terry noted this already, what you may want to know are the durations and time limits for the certificate course, which is not listed here, though what we will see is that that can be done dependent on when the courses are offered. So these are short, so this can be done, certificate can be done in 1 semester or two semesters, or maybe 3, depending on how they're packaged. So a certificate may comprise of 2, 3, or maybe 4 postgraduate courses. There are limits with respect to whether you are registered full-time or part-time for the different postgraduate offerings. Or you may want to know, okay, what are the qualifications? The qualifications are simply a BSc degree from an approved university. Point to note though, persons holding such other suitable qualifications and or experience should apply, and this would be reviewed by the Board for Graduate Studies and Research, as well as the faculty personnel. So please note, persons holding other suitable qualifications and or experience should apply as well. And you can consult, you'll see you can consult with the departmental coordinators and reps. There are specially admitted students, and these are for those who would want to read for certain courses, or 1 course, 2 courses, and it may be just for professional development, for retooling, for upskilling, or just for personal knowledge. And all of these, as our other deputy deans have said, you can get this information on our website. You may want to know what are the minimum requirements. Now, there may be specific requirements for the specific offerings. However, the minimum requirements for most of our, for the certificate, for the diploma and the taught masters, the minimum GPA of 2.5. For the research degrees, MPhil, PhD, minimum GPA of 3.0. And for the PhD, you would find that you would need to have at least an MPhil or an MSc with a significant amount of research there. Did I skip one? Yes, I did. Yes, so I'll go through quickly here the MSCs which we offer in the faculty. There's the one coming out of life sciences. It's an MSc diploma in biotechnology. Key thing to note here, the skills you can develop here. We're in a pandemic with the COVID-19 and the testing of those pathogens. You can develop those skills within this MSc and diploma. There's also the MSc in biomedical physics, and one can, as Terry noted, some of the top careers and top jobs are in these areas: medical physics, biomedical engineering. So you can find your way along those career paths. In MSc Renewable Energy Technology, again, you acquire competencies on applications on renewable energy technologies, and this would help us in terms of combating climate change and moving towards greener, secure energy future. We have, of course, our MSc in Occupational and Environmental and Safety and Health. And as I said, we have our certificate, diploma, and MSc offered here. What we notice that the OSCE becomes more widely recognized as a valuable and critical facet of business operations across all sectors. And we find that there's a continuing demand to develop professionals with such proficiencies. Data science, another cutting edge MSc being offered, where you can develop your skills and competencies. And data scientists can find jobs in almost any industry, from insurance, banking, energy, transportation. There is also the MSc in Biodiversity, Conservation, and Sustainable Development in the Caribbean. This is a blended learning master's program. And It also has a global appeal with alumni from Germany, Pacific, and Caribbean regions. Point to note here, there are some scholarship opportunities for this program. The MSc in computer science, as you know, as well as similar to some of the other offerings, is one of the fastest growing in the US. And there you can find careers as IT managers, IT project managers, software architects, and senior software developers. Of course, and most of all of the MSCs, you can move on into research and development and innovation, all of them. We have the masters in statistics. You don't want to say, oh, statistics. Yes, there's a great demand for trained statisticians in the world. And you find our statisticians can find their way into biostatistics. Yes, biostatistics, which is in terms of and healthcare, education, finance, genetics, and data science. There's also the MSc in mathematics, where you develop skills to find solutions for real life problems in industry, in health, in business, finance, and you can have careers along those lines. So those are the MSCs which are offered, and I won't take too much of your time because I know you would want to spend some more time and for us to answer your questions. You would want to know about our fees. So the fees may vary for the different MSCs and MPhils and PhDs, and you can find the fees at this website here, where we have our postgraduate fee booklet. I would like to leave you and then leave you with one important point to note is that research has shown that postgraduate qualifications more likely would allow for you to be in a professional level role. And therefore, as you look to retool, upskill, maybe switch career in a changing world, choose FST postgraduate qualifications. As I said, we have just started taking we started from single courses, certificate, diploma, masters. So you can ladder them, and soon we will be having more certificate courses so that you can do 2 or 3 courses as a package, which would give you that postgraduate qualification, build those skills and competencies, which would allow you to move on, to advance in your career. And with that, I would turn it back over to Nicole. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Clark. Now, before we get into the live Q&A, we would like to just let you hear from one more of our FST alumni. This is Mr. Kevin Ramjaran, and he'll tell you about his experience as a student and alumni of the FST.
Hi, my name is Kevin Rajaram, and I am a proud graduate of the Faculty of Science and Technology from the University of the West Indies, St. Augustine campus. In 2013, I earned my bachelor's degree in mathematics, and in 2016, I earned my master's degree in statistics. I have been employed in the field of analytics and data science from 2014, serving in many functions, including business intelligence analyst, data scientist, analytics manager, and pricing manager. Currently, I serve as the regional business intelligence manager at a reputable telcos company within the Caribbean. Within this role, I've done a lot of exciting things that rely heavily on the knowledge acquired from my degrees. It can be as simple as understanding what the average customer spends their money on versus more complex computations, such as creating machine learning models that scores customers' likelihood to retain a product or conversely leave a product, or even feature scaling using dimensionality reduction techniques. These may sound complicated, but these were actually things that I've studied and learned while pursuing my degrees. Data has been dubbed the new oil, and the careers in the field have both grown in breadth as well as depth. Data scientists, machine learning engineers, data analysts, even business analysts are a few of the common titles that are given in the career space, but they've delved even more into leadership roles, with chief data scientists and chief decision scientists leading the helm of companies' ability to make decisions. The analytics realm is growing more and more every day. And one thing that has served me well and definitely differentiated me in the space was my deeper knowledge of mathematics and statistics. I'm very grateful to have pursued these degrees as they have directly contributed to the success I've had in the world of work. If you are like me and enjoy using data to solve problems, then I strongly encourage you to continue pursuing degrees offered by the Faculty of Science and Technology, as the foundation and advanced knowledge given from those degrees are invaluable.
And there you have it, straight from the horse's mouth, another of our graduates. All right, so it is time now for the question and answer, the live Q&A segment. And we're going to start off with Mr. Nigel Bradshaw from our Student Admissions Office. He's here with us tonight. And Nigel, we're going to start you off with the question, when is the deadline for applications, and what other pertinent or critical information do prospects need to know at this time?
Okay, hi everyone, good night. This is Nigel Bradshaw, Student Recruitment Officer out of Admissions. We closed all applications on July 31st, 2021. We have started receiving applications on January 21st, and we'll close off at that time to be able to be well prepared for the registration process that we all admitted students will be a part of in August. Hopefully to allow everyone to be able to start on time in September. The application process right now, we have had some challenges based on the lack of available certificates at the CAPE level, and also to the delay of other types of qualifications coming in for different types of programs, sometimes from associate degrees, certificates, and diplomas, etc. But what we want to let persons know is we are willing to assist at every stage and step of the application process. I am available via my email address that I'll put into the chat immediately if I don't do it before someone from marketing and communication does so for me. To be able to reach me to find out everything that you need to know about what to do with validation of your certificates as supporting documents, how to make payments of your application processing fee if you are experiencing challenges without a credit card. We have another method for you to be able to do so. We am also available for students that need additional critical information. I can do parent and prospect meetings with the prospective student and their parents or other persons that would be involved in assisting and supporting you to be able to get your application done. All of this starts with just an email to me. And let everyone know I answer all emails within 48 hours or less. I 24/7, 351 days of the year, because there are 14 public holidays in this country. The days on which it is, you should be relaxing and not concerned about your applications or admissions to the University of Western. Right? So that's it from me. I do hope that I really am very happy to see all the persons that were here today, all the participants that were here today, and all the busy questions and answers that are going on in the chat. Remember, I'm available via email. Send me an email, you'll get a response pretty soon. Do have a great day. Look forward to becoming students in what is becoming the premier faculty in the University of Western, the Faculty of Science and Technology, the future of the future economic driver for Trinidad and Tobago and beyond. Good night, everyone.
Thank you, Nigel. But before you go, I know you've been answering questions in the chat, and as we're into the live Q&A, I just wanted to put this one to you one time. This has to persons who may be having some kind of difficulty with their CAPE Unit 1 results, and this particular person was asking if they can simply get their CAPE preliminary results officially stamped by their principal, and if UWI would accept that, just in case someone else is in a similar predicament.
We'd accept it as a provisional arrangement for the application process. We recognize that with many of the challenges faced by CXC for the delivery of CAPE results last year, with the multiplicity of queries that went into the CAPE results, certifying the final results was a challenge. Many schools have not received it, students have not received it. If you have your preliminary results, you can have them validated and sent to us, but do recognize that's a temporary provisional arrangement, we do require that at some time before August 9th, you send to us a validated copy, which means it's stamped, dated, and signed by a principal or vice principal or notary public or a commissioner of affidavits or justice of the peace, right? The certificate, the certified final results of CAPE Unit 1 on or before August 9th, 2021. We do hope that students experiencing those challenges will have some relief very soon and be able to send this information to us at their discretion.
Thank you so much, Nigel. And just a reminder, even if Nigel is unavailable on public holidays, the UWI website is still open and you can still apply even on a public holiday, Monday through Sunday. Next question has to do with GATE. And so I'm going to invite our bursary representative, Ms. Carolyn Gooding, to answer. She's with us. Does GATE cover the programs, all of the programs under the Faculty of Science and Technology?
Thank you, Nicole. Good evening and a warm welcome to all. I am Carolyn Gooding, the Senior Financial Manager with responsibility for student accounts at the bursary. So this evening, in addition to the question that Nicole just asked, I'll also share some other information related to GATE and financing your degree. So in responding to Nicole's question, which was if all the programs in the Faculty of Science and Technology are GATE funded, most of them are. You can find further details on that in the financial information booklet, which will be posted in the chat. So specifically, you can find them on pages 11 and 12, and it will show you that the BSc Software Engineering is the self-financing program that is not GATE funded in the faculty. So let me just give you some more information related to GATE. So all nationals of Trinidad and Tobago can access GATE funding to cover tuition fees only. And that's a question I saw in the chat. So GATE covers tuition fees only. So to do so, you will be first required to get a GATE ID, and you can do so by applying online to TT Connect. Once you've obtained your GATE ID, you can then proceed to log on to the GATE website and apply for your GATE funding. Now, you'll be required to apply for GATE each semester that you are registered at the UWI. Undergraduate students can qualify for up to 100% GATE funding. There is a funding percentage known as the means test rate, and this is determined by the GATE office based on the supporting documentation which you would provide with your eGate application. As of August 2020, there were some changes made, and I'll share these with you. First of all, the means test funding policy was amended. It is now mandatory that all applications for GATE funding, you do a means test. Failure to complete the means test disqualifies your application from being considered for GATE funding. The percentage is also determined by the household income. So there are different percentages based on your household income, and that percentage ranges from 50% to 100%. Also, with effect from August 2020, funding under the GATE program is provided for no more than one program up to the undergraduate level. That's another question I saw in the chat. So if you choose to be GATE funded for the N1 program and you move on to do your undergraduate degree, you will not be funded for GATE again, all right? And as we all know, funding for postgraduate programs was discontinued. You can also access the GATE website for more information and details on that. Another form of funding, students who qualify for GATE can also access help loans from the GATE office to cover the portion of the tuition fees which was not covered by GATE. So nationals of TNT can therefore finance all of their tuition fees through GATE funding and help loans. We also have the student payment plan. So qualifying students can access this plan to pay both their tuition and whole fees. The student payment plan is available to 1, all TNT nationals pursuing an undergraduate or postgraduate program at the STA campus, St. Augustine campus. 2, a national of another contributing territory who is not receiving scholarship support from their respective government. And 3, a student whose tuition fees are at least $2,600. These payment plans run every semester and they comprise 2 to 3 monthly installments. So once you qualify for the payment plan, simply make your payment by the stipulated deadline dates each semester. There are also compulsory fees, and these are payable at the beginning of each payment plan. Separate payment plans are available for the payment of whole fees. Further information on the fees, as I indicated before, can be found in the fee booklet. We have both an undergraduate and a postgraduate fee booklet, and that link would be posted in the chat if it hasn't already been done so. So how can you pay your fees? There are a number of options for doing so. You can do so at any branch of Republic Bank using the UWI bank deposit slip, online through the UWI My Secure Area portal using a valid credit card or the debit chip cards, via bank transfer using internet banking. And for foreign students, you can do so by wire transfer. So in addition, I understand maybe my colleagues from the Financial Advisory Services Department and the Office of Postgraduate Studies don't let funding and financing be an issue. They will share with you the different options and ways that are available to assist you with financing your degree. So we look forward to welcoming you in September. I invite you to be UWI, be a game changer. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, Ms.
Back to Nicole.
Thank you. And I believe that we will be posting information on how you can contact our scholarships and bursaries colleagues to find out more about the options that are available, whether it's scholarships and bursaries, grants, loans, things like that. So, like I said, this is the faculty that solves problems. Come to us with your problem and let us help you find a solution. Carolyn, there is one question that you may have answered already in the chat, but I'd like to ask it live. And for those, it's for those who are navigating GATE for the first time. Is there a deadline by which they have to apply for GATE funding?
We are encouraging you to apply as soon as you receive your acceptance letter. So as soon as you get it in August, September, you can go ahead and apply and try to do so early so that it can help you also to be in line with the payment plan options, which are the three installments that you need to make. All right?
Great. Thank you so much.
You're quite welcome.
And the remaining questions, we're going to pick through them very quickly. We'll go to our colleagues over at FST. I'm going to start with one here that asks about computer and IT degrees and whether or not they're recognized in the USA.
Hi, everybody. Yes, computing and IT degrees are very much recognized abroad. As a matter of fact, we have several graduates who work in places such as Amazon and Google and Facebook, both locally and remotely in Trinidad.
Thank you, Nicholas. And just a plug here that Nicholas is one of those, back when he was a student, who helped create the app that is on our programs page right now. So I really hope you check it out. Next question, someone was asking about, can they get a major in biochemistry? And, oh, sorry, what are some of the jobs available in Trinidad for persons who graduate with a major in biochemistry?
Hi, everybody. Welcome to our open day. To answer the question, our biochemistry graduates go on to pursue jobs or careers in a number of different sectors. The majority of our graduates pursue their MBBS after they leave UWI. We also have graduates who function as pharmaceutical reps, laboratory technicians, and we have graduates, those who would have done the double major in biology and biochem, they go on to teach at the secondary school level.
Thank you, Dr. Rampersad. I want to keep you because there's a related question, I believe. And someone who's completely new to it, they want to know what exactly does someone do in the field of biomedical technology? Do you actually operate the machines? Is it a degree where you can get a job straight out of university? And do you have any internships?
Biomedical technologies is not my area. That might be physics. I can answer, but it's not. It's not for me.
From the Mexican answer.
Biomedical technology. I want to say it's a new field. It's a very interesting field where you understand how certain instruments are used in the medical field to do certain types of analyses. I believe it's offered through the physics department, if I'm not mistaken. And I want to say it's a nice, harmonious program between understanding biology and biological processes and the analyses, and what instruments are required to accurately assess some of these analytes.
Thank you so much. Sorry for putting you on the spot there.
That's okay.
All right. Oh, yes.
Right. Hi, Nicole. Yeah, you really put Dr. Ampersad on his spot there, because that program is offered out of the Department of Physics. And to answer the question, the course involves internships. Students got a lot of hands-on experience with medical laboratory equipment. And yes, they will be able to also service and not just operate some of this equipment. With respect to jobs, as you know, the health sector is taking off. There has been construction of several new health facilities around Trinidad and Tobago. And these facilities will be in need of personnel who can keep the instruments running accurately.
Thank you so much, Dr. Coburn. Next question has to do with academic advising. And the question is that they saw that academic advising is necessary for the registration of courses, but can you advise when this normally takes place?
I would be happy to answer that one. Donna Dyer here from the Dean's office. So just to say, academic advising is something that is noted on your offer letter. Don't be nervous about that. Our processes are all virtual. So this is something that we would actually arrange for you when registration comes around. And we will put up all the relevant information and explanations on how to go through the procedure virtually when we get to that stage. And it will be on our FST website. We have experience doing this before. One of the programs that we tend to use a lot is called Microsoft Teams. I think it's something that people are getting familiar with more now. It's just similar to Zoom, but it's something that you can access very easily. If you just have the internet, you can also access it online. So it is what we will be using to interface with you as personally as we can from a distance in a safe zone. So you will be able to answer all those questions that you have, to get answers for the questions that you have as soon as that registration period is about to open. And as I said before, all the details will be placed on the FST website, and there will be a new student corner that you just have to enter, and you will see a lot of information there explaining what you have to do to get academic advising. So please don't be nervous about that.
Thank you, Dr. Dyer. Next question has to do, it's from one of our foreign students. How would foreign students participate remotely, particularly as it relates to labs in light of the COVID restrictions? Will they still need to be in Trinidad?
Hi, Nicole. So, right, so this is a question that keeps coming up. Let me say that it depends on the degree option. So comp sci and some of the physics can get by entirely remotely. The wet sciences, much of chemistry, much of biology, and certainly biochemistry require in-person activity. It is possible to defer much of this wet laboratory exercise until the situation changes. This is for new students. So it's possible to start remotely and to defer those exercises that require in-person activity. This can be worked out during academic advising, where students are encouraged to plot the full 3 years of their degrees. And so in all, that's for most options, 93 credits. And you can shift some of those around with respect to the practical requirements. But it's not something that I can give an answer to at this point for several reasons. One, we need to be clear what the specific degree options are that are being considered. And two, the circumstances surrounding the pandemic continue to be unpredictable. So you make arrangements now, but they will may need to be modified as early as a week from now. If you've been looking at the numbers and what the epidemiology is telling us, sometimes it's just not possible to predict. I hope I've answered the question.
Thank you, Dr. Coburn. There's a question here about the MSc in renewable energy and opportunities for internships or careers in Trinidad.
Yeah, I'll take that. Thank you. Yeah, so with respect to the renewable energy technology MSc, so there are no internships as such within the program. However, there's a research project and the candidate may be able to work on a problem in industry with an industry, a particular industry. In the past, some students have worked with through the UNFCCC, as well as one or two have gone to the other islands to work as well. And so that is a sort of experience that one will get from the renewable energy technology MSc. Through the research project, you can get that type of what sort of experience you're looking for in solving real life problems in the industry. And as you know, well, renewable energy is really an emerging technology, also in the applications here in Trinidad, and therefore students may now get more opportunities to work with companies who would be establishing applying and establishing the renewable energy technologies. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Clark. I was wondering, are there any new programs or changes to programs that prospects can look forward to at the FST in the 2021-2022 academic year?
Yes, I would like to take that with respect to postgraduate offerings. As I said, we've just got approved a certificate in the occupational environmental health and safety. What is a certificate? A certificate is made up of between 2 to 4 courses, which are packaged and targeted, has a particular focus. And what it does for the candidate is really help them to take bit sizes and get that postgraduate qualification, which would help them within their career and advancing. So we have that, and so that's new. And there's also the diploma in OSH, which is new for 2021, 2022. And we expect that there would be other postgraduate certificate programs coming out of the different MSCs. And so persons can use these for their advancement in their career. there's one other program which we have, which you can at the postgraduate level, and that is the MPhil. This is research MPhil PhD degree in renewable energy technology. And here again, this program got approved recently, and this really is where we would be tackling real life problems in renewable energy, and the candidates would be working throughout the Caribbean region to solve these problems through research, and that's how the science and technology would work. So those are two: one at the certificate level, and also at that new program in OSH, and the renewable energy technology masters and PhD. Thanks.
Thank you, Dr. Clark. Those sound really exciting, and it's really showing the future of Trinidad and Tobago in the Caribbean. There's a question here where someone was asking specifically about switching from a special to a double major, and not to be too specific in terms of what they were asking, but if someone does apply and they're accepted to do, say, a special, what is the procedure and how easy is it to switch from a special to a double major? How easy is it generally?
I think I could jump in here and add a few things about that particular question in terms of the special and the double major. Normally, if you want to change your degree option, what you need to do is just indicate to admissions that this is your intention to change it. If you haven't yet started your degree program and you have already made a decision to change from the special to the major or double major, I would suggest that you make that, that known right now, just so that you have everything organized before you apply for GATE. Changing options with GATE is always a little tricky. So not that it cannot be done, but to avoid complications, I would suggest that you contact student admissions and just indicate that you want to change. You would like to be given an offer letter for the majors that you're interested in instead of the special degree. So that would be my suggestion.
Thank you so much, Dr. Dyer. There's a question here that is more specific about marine biology. And someone was asking about the career opportunities if they pursue a program in that area.
Nicole?
Yeah.
Right.
Yes. Thank you.
Right. So currently we offer a minor in marine biology. And I'm thinking it's possible to go on and do further research and ultimately maybe seek a position with the IMA or some other governmental body.
Thank you, Dr. Coburn. And I believe I have one more question here with regard that just came in. Okay, this one is pretty specific, but it may be something that many people would be wondering. On the website, the requirements for science and technology state that you need to have at least 2 passes in the following: chem, biophysics, agri-science, and geography. If you did not do any of the following of those subjects, but received good grades in business subjects, as well as IT at the CXC, and I suppose at CXC CSEC level, would you still be an eligible applicant?
Perhaps I could say a few words here as well. In terms of applying, if you don't meet the matriculation requirement, the entry requirement, unfortunately, we will not be able to issue that offer to you because there's very specific criteria that you must meet. However, what I would encourage is that you just double check, because we have that BUE app that's out there right now. So I would encourage any potential applicants, just type in all those qualifications that you have into that app, and it would inform you of exactly what degree options are available to you at this point in time with the qualifications that you have. So that's the best answer that I could give, because the question is not very specific, so I can't get into details there. So.
That's fine, Dr. Dyer. That's fine. I wanted to just switch to our colleagues at the BERS. No, I think I'll hold that. I think I'll reserve that question for a direct response. So I believe we've touched on most of the general questions. Many of the questions here were very specific to particular experiences. And one of the great things that is that we have a number of people on online with us tonight who have already been accepted. That means we will be seeing them in September. It's going to be a little different, as Dean Coburn was saying, but it's still going to be an exciting experience. Trust me, there's never a dull moment, particularly with this faculty. There's always something fabulous going on. There's so many opportunities to do a variety of things. Apply. Don't miss out on this opportunity. So I think we're ready to wrap up this evening, and I'd like to invite Dean Coburn to wrap up our proceedings. Dean Coburn.
Hi, and thank you, Nicole. So to the audience, well, maybe first to the panelists, let me say thank you for a really stellar job all around. And those helping in the chat, thank you very much. The questions were coming fast and furiously, and I know we would all attempting to answer them. But you shall have other opportunities. Sites were posted in the chat. You can also go to our website and seek additional answers to your questions. Anything that was not answered sufficiently. Questions on jobs and careers, those are actually conversations that require quite some detail, and they require input from the individuals asking the questions. Your backgrounds, your career goals, all of that needs to be factored in to any answers you get about jobs or careers. So I'm hoping that you will avail yourselves of the opportunities to ask further questions. Really dig deep. The academic advising is a must, and we have staff that are really helpful as you navigate your way into the university. Colleagues, at this point, I would like to say thank you to everyone. Thank you for those who are interested in the Faculty of Science and Technology. We look forward to seeing you in September in some form or the other. Some of it will be online. I know a lot of people have been asking that question, and some of it will be in person. How the mix eventually pans out will depend on national health conditions. What else do I want to say? I think that will do it for me, Nicole.
That's fine, Dean Coburn. Thank you so much. It's been my pleasure to be the host of this virtual open day this evening. Thank you to all my colleagues from the FST, Faculty of Science and Technology. Like I said, you all brought the energy. Thank you to my colleagues from the bursary and from student admissions, and our colleagues as well from the Department of Student Services, who I believe were also available on the chat. Today's session focused specifically on the Faculty of Science and Technology. However, if you'd like to learn more about the programs that are available at our other faculties, please be sure to register for the various upcoming faculty information sessions. I believe we have maybe about 2 more. And for those that you missed, again, check our Facebook page as well as our YouTube channel for those recordings. And you can still send us your questions as they arise. The chat moderators will share with you the links to the virtual open day registration page, where you can access the full schedule and registration information, as well as information on getting to those recordings. From all of us here, we look forward very much to welcoming you. It may be virtually, but we still look forward to welcoming you to the UWI family in September. Don't forget to choose action. Don't forget to be UWI. Be a game changer. Good night.